What's up, Lashinistas? Welcome to the show. This is the LivBay podcast, where we talk about the ever-growing eyelash business. If this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. This podcast is dedicated to helping you grow as a lash artist and or lash business owner. So whether you work for yourself or someone else, this podcast is for you.
Hey guys, this is Mike and Shauna Jones. We are the owners of LivBay Lash. Our heart is to share with you guys our uphill battle in this lash industry and to show you what started out of a tiny bedroom in our house, extremely broke, has now turned into an 8-figure company. We are here to encourage you during your lash journey and to give you guys a real raw version of what things really like.
Yeah. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Lash Artist Care, which is basically caring for yourself.
Self-care.
Self-care. Super important. Before we jump into that, we got some really exciting news. We are going to be in Canada.
So exciting.
Next month in November here.
No duties.
No duty tax. So basically what that means, if you live in one province and you need to get an order in, we can ship it literally to you right away within a day or two with no duty tax.
Within a day.
Within a day. I don't know how fast
we're still shipping same day.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless for some reason we get super busy.
I just meant like the difference between shipping from California to Ohio.
Okay, you're right.
However long it takes for the post office to get there. But yes, we will be in Canada. And to kick things off, we're actually doing a lash course up there in Edmonton. Mm-hmm. That one will actually be the 2nd of November. So we'll be up there. If you're not an esthetician or cosmetologist, it does not matter because in Canada, there is no requirement. So if you're just looking for a side hustle and you want to learn lashes, great time to learn. We'll be up there teaching it. It'll be a 5-day classic, mix, volume, mega volume, everything.
Yep. And then if you already know classic, you can take the volume and the mega volume portion, which is Wednesday through Friday. And we do offer PayPal financing. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And you can get all your supplies through livbaycanada.com. Mm-hmm. That'll be up and running here in November. We're very excited to be in Edmonton and just be in Canada in general.
Yes.
Also, there is a Lash Conference coming up. As a matter of fact, it's called the Lash Conference, formerly known as LashCon.
Yes.
Our good friends Paul and Tuscany Lubers of Lashcast Podcast, they put on this event yearly. Because of the virus, obviously this time it will be a virtual conference. Mm-hmm. So that's actually going to be November 15th and 16th, and you can sign up at thelashconference.com. If you're new to lashing or you've been lashing for a while, but there's some areas you're struggling in, the conference is going to cover everything. They're going to go over marketing, editing. They're going to teach you how to build clientele, booking systems. Just a
ton of great value.
Yeah, a ton of great info. But you can sign up at thelashconference.com. Last but not least, we have some conferences coming up. We have some classes coming up. We're going to be in Scottsdale October 12th. We're going to be in Atlanta October 19th. Austin, Texas, October 26th. Portland, Oregon, not Portland, Maine. Sorry, Portland, Maine. November 2nd. Edmonton again will be November 2nd as well. We're going to be in Seattle, Washington.
Exciting.
Yeah, that one's pretty exciting. That'll be our first time there. That'll be November 9th. We're going to be in San Diego, November 16th. There's a high probability that Sean and I will be at that class just because we love to get out and go to the beach. And then we're going to be in Las Vegas that same week, the 16th. We are opening our brand new, I don't know what we're allowed to legally call it.
Yeah, we're just going to be training in Las Vegas. We're so excited.
The state board's finally on our side.
Hopefully.
They've given us some guidelines, hopefully.
Yeah, but you have to be a licensed cosmetologist or esthetician in the state of Nevada. You can't be in school. You can't be coming from another state. It has to be Nevada.
In order to take the Vegas course.
Correct.
Or you can just come to San Diego.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Last but not least, we got some VR classes coming up October 20th and 21st and November 3rd and 4th.
Yes. And just to say about the VR, because everyone's like, oh, I don't know, I don't know about the VR, more of like an in-person. That's fine. Just take one of our in-person classes. But the VR is so up close and personal. You can really see like literally everything. So much value. Our trainers are amazing. Mike and I hop on. Just so much value.
Yeah, we'll be at the VR class.
Yeah, we'll be at the VR classes.
It is cool because even when you're in a class, you can't always see up close.
Yeah. And
this one's like first person view, literally looking right through, seeing exactly what they're seeing. Yeah. And then we can flip it around like Zoom style and see what you're doing wrong and how you're placing it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, sorry, I know I said that before, but we also have our online platform, which is livbaycourses.com. That's our monthly membership. Tell them a little about it.
It's like a mentoring sesh, ton of great value. So you have access to Mike and I. You can get your questions answered right away through either us or another lash artist, especially if like you're in the middle of, lash appointment, Lash 911, 20% off products, 1 free gift a month, 2 free full tutorials tutorials from start to finish, which is amazing. So like we do like different sets or removals or allergic reactions, full tutorials.
You know what's really cool about it? Before we would just pick a topic and go live, which was like, well, that's great, but not everybody's at that level at the time in that group. So what we've been doing is just individually talking, like Zoom style meeting. And that way, if somebody else might have had that same question, we're addressing it for everybody.
Yeah.
It's very interpersonal. It's a chance for us to really connect with you guys and help get you guys up to that next level.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that to like sell memberships. Like, you got questions, we're here. Ask the two people who've been through the ringer.
Yeah, for sure. And it's, so with that being said, it's 2 live sessions with Mike and I per month. It's kind of like a mastermind meeting, I like to say, but like we're all on Zoom and just a ton of great information. I love doing it. You have people just from all different stages. So if you're brand new and you're scared, or you're, looking to open up your own, it doesn't matter what level you're on. It's just more like a mentor. Like, we're here for you in every aspect of the business.
Yeah.
So it's $99 a month. You can cancel anytime.
Yeah. All right, jumping into the episode. So we get this question a lot. People are always like, hey, what do you do? What kind of a setup are you using to lash off of? My back hurts. I'm getting carpal tunnel. I'm having issues with this. I'm having issues with that. What are some practical tips that you can do to kind of keep them? I almost like to think of it like sports. Like if they're not getting like acupuncture and massages and like taking care of their bodies, they're just out doing drugs every night. Yeah, their body's going to break down.
Yeah, for sure. Especially as a lash artist. I would say that I saw something in the lash tea the other day, and she was like, oh my gosh, like I did my first set and it took like 9 hours, and her body felt like she was like in a car accident. When you first start lashing, and I remember this from 2011, I remember this like it was accident? Yesterday. No.
When you pulled out in front of that car?
Oh, yeah. I was stressed out. That's why I never drive. I was so stressed out one time. Mike and I got in a car accident. I just ran out in front of somebody. I was having such a stressful day. And I like need glasses. But anyways, thank you for reminding me of that. Mike drives me everywhere. With that being said. But anyways, no.
You put her in the back, strap her in. She's like, little piece of duct tape on her mouth so she can't tell me what I'm doing wrong.
So anyways, when you first start lashing, your body is going to feel like that. Like, first of all, you're going to be very tense because you're going to be very nervous. Like, your hands are going to be tense, your neck, and depending on what you're lashing on, that could take a huge toll on your body. But when you first start lashing, you're not used to being in that position. You're not used to, holding tweezers. Like, your fingers hurt, they cramp, your wrists, like everything is going to feel uncomfortable until you start to get used to it. And trust me, if your full sets take anything like mine did, you're going to get used to it really quick. But I think that your initial setup is super important. I think that you need to be lashing off something that suits you based on like your height and all that fun stuff. You also want to make sure that you have like the proper chair. I know there's a lot of people that use like saddle stools, and for some that's comfortable, for others that isn't. We have something called the Booty Cush, which is amazing for lash artists. It's amazing for clients as well. It boosts them up. For you guys, it's a little bit of support because sometimes if you're on that saddle stool, it can be really hard. And if you're lashing for like 8 to 10 hours a day, that's brutal.
Yeah, I just want to point out too, like if you're using a massage table, a lot of times you can't really get like underneath them.
Yeah.
And so you're already kind of hunched over because it's got those leg braces. You have to kind of straddle. And then even if you're using the neck cradle, God forbid, you don't have anything to rest your arms on. You're like a T-Rex. You're like leaned over trying to like lash. They don't have anything you can put your tools on or you can kind of rest your arms on.
Yeah.
And so it's like she said, a lot of that is just, it could be your setup. Even the recliner chair. Like everybody's like, why do you guys put a base under the recliner? Why can't you just use a recliner chair? You're like, well, you can, but think about it like this. If you're sitting up and they're still down on the ground, reclined back, you're still hunched over.
Yeah, in your neck.
In your neck. And
so much pressure on your neck.
The base lifts them up a little higher so that when they recline back, they're sitting perfectly in your lap and you can rest your arms on the headrest of the recliner. You're not hunched over again. We did it like she did it. Even when we first had her first recliner, we did it before and after, and it was like a night and day difference how it felt on her back.
Yeah, and definitely with the recliners, like if you're a recliner shopping, make sure that you get like, I see a lot of recliners people are looking at on Amazon, the movie theater, the black like leather ones that we got, and they have such a slim top.
Yeah, you need a big pillow top.
You need like a big wide pillow top because ideally you want to be able to set your supplies, to the right or to the left of you. So if you get a recliner with like a skinny like head part, then you're not going to either, sometimes you don't even have time to like, or you don't have room to even rest like your elbows or anything.
Or your tools or anything.
So it's realistically like a reclining massage table in a way, you know what I mean? So you definitely want to focus on like your setup. I definitely recommend too, like in between appointments, like stretching. I think stretching and like, especially like working out and stuff like that is super important.
It's not just for working out.
Yeah.
It's stretching that back out, some toe touches, or what I like to call knee touches.
Mike will show you how to do the toe touches later.
Yeah, He's really super flexible. Super flexible.
He's so flexible.
I'm going to teach a yoga class.
Yeah. But yeah, like yoga classes, stuff like that.
They have a position called a downward dog, which is like a resting position. Mm-hmm. I'm like, little things of sweat flying off me.
Yeah. But I definitely think stretching, like even like stretching like your wrists, your fingers, because realistically when you're lashing, if you're lashing for 8 hours a day or even 5 hours a day in the same position and you're not like stretching and you're always in that position, you're going to get like all crampy and uncomfortable. And you also want to make sure that your clients are comfortable, because if your clients aren't comfortable, they're constantly going to be like moving around. And like for you, that's not going to be comfortable either, because you're like trying to like lash and figure things out. And sometimes they may be comfortable and that makes you uncomfortable, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure that like your setup is comfortable for both you and the client.
Yeah. You know, and listen, I don't know where you guys are in your lash journey. Some of you guys could just be starting out and not have any clients, and you're like, what are you talking about? I got plenty of time and stretching in. And others of you are so busy, you're so back to back, you're not getting up to go to the bathroom. You're trying to hold it in. You're not taking a lunch break. You're not giving yourself that extra little cushion. And I understand. It's like if you got that kind of clientele, like make hay while the sun's shining, get that money in and you know, build that client base. And I understand that. But what she's saying is it's super crucial, not just from like a mental point of view, sitting there that many hours in a row. Your body, think about like this. If you have like, so I saw in the comments on our YouTube channel the other day, someone said I have real bad sciatica and it's hurting me. And I never understood that until the other day. I slipped a disc in my back and I couldn't even sit, like sitting down was painful. You wanted to stand and walk. And so whoever left that comment, I now sympathize with you. I understand what that's a real thing now. And even like for her, like we'll get coffee sometimes in the morning. I'm like, I was just trying to stretch. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, let me out of the car.
I'm like, hurry up, I need coffee.
Let me out of the car. You go to the drive-thru. I'm going to walk. So I understand. So that's why it's really, really, really important to get that posture under control and to find something that's really comfortable for you. This will take a toll on you very quickly. As you get busier and busier, before you even know it, your hands are going to be cramped up. You're going to be back problems, neck problems. So what are some practical things besides stretching you guys can do? Well, some of you believe in chiropractors, some of you don't. Some of you think it's witchcraft, that's BS. But I will tell you this, some chiropractors are good at what they do, and they will not just
align you.
Yeah, they'll align you. They'll stretch your legs and adjust you, and it makes a night and day difference. And give massages.
Yeah.
That's a write-off. That is an expense for your body. You're taking care of your body. Don't be afraid to get some massages. Find someone to trade services with. Get some free massages.
We used to do that all the time. Well, I hate massages because I can't sit still, but I used to trade services with a girl, and she would literally like just come to the house, and I would do her lashes, and then she would give Mike like a massage. Yeah, happy ending. Thank God. Take the load off of me, please. No, I'm just kidding.
Your turn. You're up.
I knew that was coming. Like I already prepared like what I was going to say. So it's funny how that works, right?
Anyways, making sure you guys are still listening.
Yeah, that's funny.
No rub and tug. It was a real massage.
Yeah, it was a real massage.
My wife was watching around the corner.
Yeah, yeah. I was. The first time I was like, oh, let me just go upstairs and check
make sure she's
out.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, definitely. And I think with self-care too,
that we nice just back then when that happened. She would set up the massage table in front of the TV so I could watch football on Sunday.
Or listen to it, yeah.
And still get a massage. It was a double win.
Yeah. And no kids screaming. Like we didn't have kids on, so.
Oh man. I just went to my happy place.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Self-care too.
Self-care.
Is just another thing with self-care is make sure you're giving yourself self-care too. I remember when we got so busy, like when I was so busy working from home, like I always thought about when clients looked up at me when I was putting their iPads on and like my lashes would never be done. And I'm like, this is a prime example of like me just being like a shit show, you know? Like I never had time for like myself. Like I didn't have time to do my own lashes. I didn't have time to like do I box dyed my hair for years, but like, so make sure that you're taking time out to like get away from like work and like lashes in general and like do some self-care, you know, like get a fill, you know, like, or
it's like the nail tech with the nail beds growing out because they don't have time. They're just doing nails all day.
Yeah, but
the guy that cleans carpets and his carpets are wrecked.
Yeah. And you don't want to look like all busted, you know what I mean? And like, so take the time to take care of yourself too. I think that's important. And sometimes we forget that because we're taking care of everyone else, but just make sure to like take some time. I just said this about us. So it's like, we should take more time to do date nights.
Yeah, you did. So let's go have a date night.
Yeah. Yeah, that won't happen. Anyways.
No, well.
Good talk.
We're going to have a spa day.
Yeah.
We're going to go and...
He's going to get a rub and tug.
I'll get a rub and tug. She's going to have a cucumber water and watch. I'm just kidding. We were talking about doing a spa day together.
Yeah. That's nice. It still won't happen probably.
No, it will.
Okay.
It will.
I'm waiting.
Your birthday's coming up.
In like 5 months. 5 months we'll do it.
We'll make it happen.
Okay.
All right.
Good talk.
You good talk.
Yeah. Join the Lash Tea on Facebook.
Yeah. Join the Lash TEA. It's a No Mean Girls Club. We've been
Yes.
kicking them out left and right. Anybody's mean.
Yes. We've been approving posts. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing, guys. Listen, at the end of the day, we're all on the same exact boat. And so it's just, how long do you want to do this for? You know what I mean? If you're crippled up and beat up, there's no way this is going to have any longevity to it. So just make sure you're following these practical tips, you know, and if you're young, you're like, oh, I don't get hurt. I remember those days.
Yeah, I know.
Eventually,
10 years from now.
it's gonna start to catch up eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Your eyes will start going bad. You want to be able to see what you're putting the lash on.
Yeah.
Putting lashes on their nose. But anyways, that's all we got for you guys today. As always, like my wife said, please join the Lash Tea if you have not done so on Facebook. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast. If you know somebody that can benefit from this podcast, please refer a friend. We grow this thing as a movement. Until then, we will see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.